Hi there. It's February 23rd, and time for Proverbs 23. Now, we're right in the middle of our 30 wise sayings that we are supposed to memorize and keep ready on our lips at all times. This means you just have to know this stuff and commit it in there so it's always ready. Right? We did 5 yesterday, and this is start with the 6th one. And this one's kind of important. When you sit down to dine with a ruler, consider carefully what is before you and put a knife to your throat if you are a man of great appetite. Do not desire his delicacies, for it is deceptive food. Yeah. This says consider carefully who is before you. If you dine with a ruler, or more importantly, a prospective employer, and they invite you out to lunch, don't go hungry. Okay? Order very little. Because he's not feeding you, he is watching you. Okay? They are watching to see how you act, how you treat the wait staff, right? Even little things like if you salt your food before tasting it, he's going to know that you're not open to new ideas, okay? He may have the waiter drop something just to see how you react. If you look down on him and, what a stupid waiter that is. Or if you say, oh, let me help you, okay? He's going to watch your mannerisms. He's going to watch how you act. He's going to watch everything you do. It is deceptive food. Like I said, the food has nothing to do with it, okay? They want to see what kind of person you are. So this makes a lot of sense if you think about it in that way. Okay. 4 and 5, the next one. This would be number 7, I guess. Do not worry yourself to gain wealth. Cease from your consideration of it. When you set your eyes on it, it is gone. For wealth certainly makes itself wings like an eagle that flies towards the heavens. Right? Don't worry about getting rich. Right? Cease from thy wisdom. Bestow not the gifts that God hath given thee to get worldly riches. Worldly riches, it says over here. If getting rich is your only goal in life, you're not going to be rich, okay? It says, once you set your eyes on it, it is gone. Literally, will your eyes fly upon it, and it is not. Well, thou cast thine eyes upon it, which is nothing, right? It always goes away, okay? Wisdom. We should gain wisdom. Okay, the next one. 6, 7, and 8. Do not eat the bread of a selfish man, or desire his delicacies, for as he thinks within himself, so he is. Stingy, right? He says to you, eat and drink, but his heart is not with you. You will vomit up the morsel you have eaten and waste your compliments. Right. Now, this is kind of important, is don't hang around stingy people, okay? You can always tell this kind of person, a selfish person, right? You're invited over for a barbecue, and they're going to spend most of the time talking about what things costs, right? And complaining about how expensive stuff is, right? That's a selfish or stingy man, right? Him that hath an evil eye. Covetous, contrary as a good eye. Right? He's gonna, man, can you believe steaks are $23 a pound now? Holy cow! And a 6-pack of the drinks is $15. Who can afford that? And here, eat, drink, right? And inwardly, they're calculating. Now, some versions say they are inwardly calculating the cost of this stuff. Right? As they're being friendly and say eat and drink, they're inside, they're thinking, man, this is going to cost me a fortune. How am I ever going to recover from this? Right? That's a selfish person. Don't hang around people like that. Do not eat the bread of a selfish person. It'll just make you sick. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. You can look at some people and almost tell that person's not worth talking to because they are not going to listen, okay? And there's always outward signs. Fools that will just not listen to you, and it's not worth your trouble, okay? They will despise the wisdoms of your word because they are prideful and arrogant and haughty and think they know everything. 10, do not move the ancient boundary or go into the fields of the fatherless, for their Redeemer is strong. He will plead their case against you. All right? Apply your heart to discipline and your ears to words of knowledge. I don't know if that's the same or not. That's a different one. All right? This used to be a problem. People encroaching, we'll plow one extra row, on this guy's land, and he'll never notice that we took 10 feet of his property. Mm-hmm. And they take advantage of, there's no man in this house to tell me not to, so the Lord will plead their case. 12. Like I said, I don't know if it's part of this one. I mean, it's kind of put with that, huh? Apply your heart to discipline and your ears to words of knowledge. Got that? Good advice. Okay. Do not hold back discipline from the child. Although you strike him with the rod, he will not die. You shall strike him with the rod and rescue his soul from Sheol or hell. Right? Smite. You smite him. You're going to get a smiting if you don't behave, right? So, yeah. It says right here in the Bible, spank your kids. Okay? You need to teach them. Right? You're not going to kill them. In fact, you will save them from death by teaching them this while they are young. Right? You have to get to them like before they're 8 years old, because once they turn into teenagers, they're not going to listen to anybody. Okay? If it's already ingrained in them how to act and how to behave, you'll be doing a lot better. Okay? Okay, here's another one. Okay. Well, I lost count already, but that's all right. My son, if your heart is wise, my own heart will also be glad, and my inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. Right? We all love to hear our kids speak what is right. Right? Our inmost being rejoices. Okay, 17 and 18. Do not let your heart envy sinners, but live in the fear of the Lord always. Surely there is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Right? Don't let your heart envy sinners. There's plenty of them out there. Oh, they're living such a lavish life, and they have problems, okay? They're not going to tell you about their problems. They're always going to put on the bright, smiling face whenever they're in front of the camera. Right? But a lot of these people end up with drug addictions and alcohol addiction, and they end up in rehab, and you would think all that money, they wouldn't do that, right? Most of them do. Okay? Live in the fear of the Lord always. Reverence, it's going to say. Reverence. Always. All the day. Surely there's a future, latter end. Right? Okay, 19. Listen, my son, and be wise, and direct your heart in the way. The Bible is the way, the law, the book. Do not be with heavy drinkers of wine or gluttonous eaters of meat, for the heavy drinker and the glutton will come to poverty, and drowsiness will clothe one in rags. Right? You think that's all one? Maybe. Right. Direct your heart in the way. Follow God. Do not be with heavy drinkers of wine or gluttonous eaters of meat, for they will come to poverty. And ignoring a problem or drowsiness will clothe one in rags. Right? Okay. 22. Listen to your father who begot you, And do not despise your mother when she is old. Buy truth and not sell it. Get wisdom and instruction and understanding. Right? Whoops. Messed that up, didn't I? It's another one. You're supposed to just know that, right? Buy truth and don't sell it. And we charge people. Okay? I'm going to read this, but I'm going to charge you for it. No. A lot of people do. They call them motivational speakers. Are charging you to teach you stuff. Let's get wisdom and instruction and understanding. Right? That's what Proverbs is all about. First, fear of the Lord, and then wisdom, instruction, and understanding. Okay, 24 and 25. The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice, and he who sires a wise son will be glad in him. Let your father and your mother be glad, and let her rejoice who gave you birth. Right? Make your parents proud. Right? Be a wise son and make your parents proud. I like to use just because, right? Give me your heart, my son, and let your eyes delight in my ways, for a harlot is a deep pit, and an adulterous woman is a narrow well. Surely she lurks as a robber and increases the faithless among men. Right? There are people, this was a big problem back then. It still is, but now it's accepted, which is even worse, right? When a sin is accepted. Adulterous people. Okay. Now the rest of this, 29 through 35, is about alcoholism, okay? And not drinking is not a bad thing. Being addicted to drink and getting drunk is a bad thing, okay? So this whole thing, and we'll read through it once. Does it make sense, okay? Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has contentions? Who has complaining? Who has wounds without cause? Wounds without cause. And you wake up from a night of drinking and you go, where did that come from, right? Who has redness of eyes? Those who linger long over wine, and those who go to taste mixed wine or mixed drinks, right? Do not look on the wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the cup, when it goes down smoothly. At the last, it bites like a serpent and stings like a viper. Your eyes will see strange things, and your mind will utter perverse things. Ever listen to a person speak when they're drunk? Right? They utter perverse things. And you will be like one who lies down in the middle of the sea, or one who lies in on the top of a mast. Okay? Just, and it's quoted, they struck me, but I did not become ill. They beat me, but I did not know it. When shall I awake? I will seek another drink. They struck me, but I did not become ill. You ever woke up? I mean, I haven't, but people wake up with hangovers and they're sick and they feel like I feel like I got run over by a truck. Right? But you weren't. You were drinking and you were having fun. Right? That's about alcoholism. Right? In the end, it bites like a serpent and stings like a viper. Hurt like a cockatrice over here. And now you shall look upon strange women, and thine heart shall speak lewd things. Different over here. Kind of like being in a bar, huh? Eyes, and there's a note here. That is, drunkenness shall bring thee to whoredom. They have stricken me, shalt thou say, but I was not sick. They have beaten me, but I knew not. I will seek wine. So that's alcoholism, okay? And it's just truth, okay? It's truth. Okay, there's the second of our 30 sayings we're supposed to memorize, okay? When you sit to dine with a ruler or a prospective employer or you're a boss, be very careful, right? Don't go hungry. He's watching you, right? He's not feeding you. He is watching you. It is deceptive food, right? Don't worry yourself trying to get rich. Okay? Just enough. Bible says just enough is what you want. For wealth makes itself wings and flies away like an eagle. Right. Easy come, easy go. Don't eat the bread of a selfish man. Okay? They're easy to tell. Okay? They'll just make you sick. Do not speak in the hearing of a fool, for he will despise the wisdom of your words. Right? Don't bother. Okay? Don't move ancient boundaries. God will get you. Do not hold back discipline from your child. Spank him. Okay? Although you spank him, he won't die. You are not going to kill him. You will save him from hell. It's important. Right? Be a wise kid. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart will be glad also, and my inmost being will rejoice when your lips speak what is right. All right. You want to make your parents proud? Speak wisdom. Right? Don't let your heart envy sinners, but live in the fear of the Lord always. There is a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Don't envy these bad people. Okay? There's a lot of stuff you're not seeing the other side of it. Right? Even normal people, when somebody comes over, you put on your best face and you clean up the house and you're smiling, and right? When you're not smiling, usually your house is messy and you're angry. Right? These sinners and rich people, they put on a good face and want everybody to think everything's wonderful, and it's usually not. Okay. Don't hang around with gluttonous people or drinkers. Yeah? The heavy drinker and the glutton will come to poverty. You don't want to be around them. Okay? Listen to your parents. Right? And the most important, buy truth and do not sell it. Get wisdom and instruction and understanding. That's what we're doing. Right? The father of the righteous will greatly rejoice. He who sires a wise son will be glad in him. Make your parents proud. Yeah, that's right there. Right? Give me your heart, my son, and let your eyes delight in my ways, not in the ways of the harlot. Right? And then the one about alcoholism. So, there you go. That's Proverbs 23 in the middle of the 30 saying. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we're up to 18 out of the 30. Okay. And I think tomorrow there's... And it keeps going. 19, 20, 21, 22. We'll highlight these tomorrow. Right? I think it keeps going until the 25th, and then there's like a few left of the 30. Those are the 30 wise sayings. So stay tuned later today. We're in the book of Mark. Can't remember which chapter. This is like day 54. They're very short studies. They're usually under 10 minutes because we're just reading the New Testament in a year, and they stretch it out over a whole year. So they cut the chapters in half. So they're very short studies, easy to delve into and get a lot of detail out of. So stay tuned for that. Later on, give us a like if you think about it. But until next time, we'll keep going. See ya.